Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha in the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha. Until enlightened I seek refuge through merit from giving and the rest. To aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O supreme among humans, you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not, incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions, perform only perfect virtuous actions, subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, deterred by the waves of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure white heap, curd-like cloud, O Losang Drapa, Dharma's omniscient king, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit. Feel for my mind of faith Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory, outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear, and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. Non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted three vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife you strove to learn and practice, shunned eight mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protectors from depths of our hearts, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable Osandrapa's essential teaching specially shine for Migme Sewe Ter Chen Chen Rezik Dreame Kempe Wampo Jompel Young Dupu Malu Jong Se Song Wei Dag Gan Chen Kepe Sun Gen Song Karpa Lo San Drape Shabla So Adem. O glorious and precious Root Guru, pray take seed of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious Root Guru, pray take seed of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments common and supreme. O glorious and precious Root Guru, pray take seed of lotus at my heart, caring for me with your great kindness, until supreme awakening remain steadfast. Homage to the Exalted Three Jewels. Thus I have heard at one time the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of the lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, and no mental phenomenon. There is no I element, and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance, and so forth, up to no aging and death, and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path, no exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom, and because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, the unsurpassed mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering since it does not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata gate gate paragate parasamgate bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. The Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the host of the three places Dakinis. Akasamara Sachadara Samaraya Pe. Tayata gate paragate parasamgate bodhisoha. To the power of the truth of the exalted three-jewel speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, shante kuri soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, free from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and persevere auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here right now. Saji Pugi Zhongxing Mei Tong Tramri Rabling Ji Ni Te Gen Padi Sangye Jing Du Mig Te Hua Yi Joku Nam Dag Jing La Che Pa Sho Jetsun Lama Dampa Kye Nam Ki Chuku Kala Kien Se Jing Dring Ne Jita Tsam He Du Je Jing Ma La Ja Die Che Shapavavtu Idam Guru Ratmanandalakam Niyatayani Shodang Soki Chognam La Janchu Badu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Ki Pesonam Ki Jola Penche Songye Dropasho Shodang Soki Chognam La Janchu Badu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Ki Pesonam Ki Jola Penche Songye Dropasho Chodang Soke Chognam La Janchu Badu Dagni Kyapsuchi Dagi Chunyen Ki Pesonam Ki Jola Penche Songye Dropasho
Okay. Good evening. How are you? Good. How's the weather outside? Cold? Cold. Good. Like in Tibet, like we do water bowls here in the morning. The daytime they come freezer. But they stay like same house. They sleep in the same place. Completely they come go ice. We completely here, we are just heat, even heat here, extra heat here.
How do you empty the water bowl?
Yeah, you have to hold your hand a little bit, then come up. Then make up like piece of ice. We also keep the water on the pot nighttime. We have to put some blankets, otherwise it become complete ice. But people just stay the same place. Only the snow doesn't fall above the snow people because they are tent. But they don't have the like thick jackets. They wearing the animal skin. Very warm. Like it's Kashmir. You guys, we buy Kashmir here. It's very expensive, right? We can wear the Kashmir. We have the Kashmir is what material? It's a wool. Wool, right? What kind of wool? What's special?
But there's something special about it.
Special sheet.
Yeah, we have those. We have also wear the sheep skin.
Pashmina?
Kashmir something. But we wearing the we make the also wool. We make the also cloth. And also we wear the skin, the sheep skin. Who's calling you? Are you calling Siri? Hey, what's happening?
He's listening in.
Okay, anyway, it's wonderful. We come back.
What did you say?
I want to good motivation to benefit all Mother Simpson beings. Particularly this text also talk about more wisdom. Therefore, we all like to meditation like a couple minutes to benefit all Mother Simpson beings. I'm going to study this text, and also we don't have the enough the wisdom. We need more wisdom. The wisdom Buddha is the Buddha Manjushri. As you know, the Manjushri is a very popular everywhere. In China, we call Wuta Shan. There are also 5 different Manjushris, all different Manjushris. The Manjushri holding the sword. When we have the sword, cut all the things, cut and broken things like that. The wisdom sword cut our delusions. Therefore, I want visualization from you. Main Buddha Manjushri, around there all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. We will our mind recalls from Manjushri to keep our mind or keep us to wisdom as what he has. We recall also, we feel, we receive the wisdom of the from the Manjushri, then we have also increase our wisdom, our mind, just a couple of times like that. We have to feel to them blessing from the Manjushri. From the Manjushri's source, the color of the light, like lightning, the thunderstorms lightning, become our mind, increase our wisdom, cut all our traditions. We have to feel to wisdom. We recall Manjushri to keep wisdom or blessing our mind. As we recall, Manjushri also accept and send us wisdom, blessing. It burns all our ignorance, delusions. Okay. Then keep the Manjushri's blessing and wisdom our mind. Not leaking ways or broken ways. Okay. Okay. 아니 나도 그리나 곰때 자와나 곰 자와도 롭도 그러.
So if we meditate every day or frequently, then we will be more familiar with the subjects, right?
아니 곰자는 빨아다 봐. 곰자는 찌우들 자게 들어봤어. 곰자야 가우시 자게. 다나는 가도 지 실론 잠정줘야 당. 위로 따야 당. 컴퓨터 따야 당. 폰 따야 가우시 공도 봐. 대나지 곰자는 대나지 가우시 자게 들어봐.
So if we get used to the meditation, then we become fond of meditation. Just like we are so fond of watching movies, looking at the tablets, playing with your cell phone, right? Nobody has to force you. You become very fond of doing those things. So just like that, when you get used to meditation, then you become very fond of meditation.
시대네 다 드리니 당간도 로종 체기 빼잔디 조가라서 다 사제와라 아니 이식소도 손은 뭐 손이 싸고 다 니기 갑자시야 돼. 소 이식소대 셰도요래.
And so the text that we're going to study now, starting from today, the grounds and paths. And so in order to achieve a state of full enlightenment or gain state of full enlightenment, one has to accumulate two, right? Accumulations, the accumulation of merit and accumulation of wisdom. So this text mainly explains about the accumulation of wisdom.
아니 다 내려야 아니 지 가치긴데 와나 알려긴데 와 마보요래. 근데 가치긴데 와티 고츠나 아니 리파지 할 뱀도 야 보요래서.
And so here also explains about the our one system and the someone's idea like that. So someone's idea is, or if what if someone says like that, or what if someone says like that? So that's the someone's idea. Kachik, in Tibetan we say kachik, that means someone. So if they say like that, then we say. So those are not correct, but someone else's, like other than our own system, someone else's who say that is not correct, but if you understand that, then it really helps you to sharpen your mind. So it's really good because it gives you very similar idea, very similar to what exactly what's the real one or the truth one, but there's some differences that you have to find out. So it's really tricky, and it really helps to like brighten your mind.
And then dig and the toad and ma so the garden that $10 Chivaina. And then also Santivala and then Lamcas in Yamne and then Lamtes on Yamne Chivacolea and then Lamti Takiala Padashik Jova Karikarapan Yuris.
And so this is like I mentioned in the grounds and paths, right? So path, the path to enlightenment, path to liberation. So what kind of path you have to travel on, or you have, in this case would be like what kind of path that you have to generate. So path here is the knowledge or the realization that you generate, right? What kind of realizations you have to gain or generate in order to gain enlightenment, and then what kind of obstacles you have to overcome, and how do you overcome these obstacles that prevents you from gaining those realizations towards achieving enlightenment. So that's what it's talking about here.
And Hanaji Bana Salam and the Sasadi Chetangi Nazun Zambleki Tishing Loto Jesata Sasa Yonamena Sadamena Nazun Zamble Neto Marvas.
So like I said, it's the ground, right? The ground and path. So ground is like the physical ground. The physical ground, with everything depends on the physical grounds, right? So building houses or growing plants, the plants, or growing vegetables and crops and all these things. It depends on the ground. Without a ground, we'll not be able to grow any of these things.
Pete Najingi Narasu Lam said Mena and the Sanjig San Dragi, Lam Lagre, Injeta Sanjig San Dragi, and the Yamle Temevayana, Ani Kaji Sanjikoma Topto Maris, Pete Naji. Sadimena Gaton Jiteng, Tichilo to Jemetawa Najingi, and the Sanji Sandra Lamti Yamne Chairman, Sanji to Maris.
And so just like that, if we don't have that realizations, the path, to achieve enlightenment, we will not be able to achieve enlightenment.
Okay? All the Tatation, Tadama, Madam Mambo, and the Tatin Domagochi, Tadela Kachida, Ralu Mambo, and then some catching some of Ralu shaking to ease.
And so there are many, like I mentioned, different explanations, an explanation by someone or explanation by our one system. We don't have to go through all of them, but I will pick, certain ones that might look, more useful.
Okay. What is that tambo and go to Chivana and the Jitu Jansen said, and then also Sarah Chiviki, and the Tanda Lozo Check, Pesha, and the Lob the Tree Chatty.
And so in the title of the book, if you have the book, this one here, if you all have that
some
book,
more books. Who need more
text?
books? Anyone more book? Do you have more extra
Do you have
books?
textbooks?
Some have. Do you have extra? If you have one, you have phone, right? Yeah, the people have the phone also. Yeah, I think everyone has phone.
You want?
Yeah. Okay.
So this one here, the title, this one is the author of the text, Chokyi Gyaltsen. Chokyi Gyaltsen's, right? Like that. So Chokyi Gyaltsen is the author of this text, and he's the he's the fifth abbot of the Seraja monastery.
And the Serachi wala, ta Serachi goes to the Tandabala Passion Kembo. That you think other shower. Do you think
Jabamara.
Yamar? Kerpsum deba. Do you think on the Telushiri?
So anyway, from the time it started, from the first abbot, to now I think it's the 75th or 76th abbot. And so
아니
Chokyi Gyaltsen was the fifth abbot, of Seraje Monastery.
아니 다 세라 지와대 간지 세라 곰베가 세라라야 아니 지 샴지 주제가 세라 곰바 차탑 텔라 세라 지미니서 곰바니 좀와지 텔라 아니 다 로게 덴바나네 아니 대사 섬기 야야 세라 곰바서 차대 여러분.
So then, actually, it's the Chamjen Choje. And Chamjen Choje is the direct disciple of Lama Tsongkhapa. Chamjen Choje is the one who established Sera Monastery. And then from the Sera, there came the Sera Je and Sera Me. And Jetsun Chokyi Gyaltsen is from Sera Je.
아니 지 샴지 주제다 아니 지름 뭐지 자마이 말했어 자마 가라성이.
So Chamjen Choje, the direct disciple of Lama Tsongkhapa, who established Sera Monastery, is actually his cook, Lama Tsongkhapa's cook. He was cooking for Lama Tsongkhapa.
아니 되네 아니 다 지름 뭐지 아니 야나 공매가 올라라 되는 시고에 말했어 야나라.
So,
아니 지름 뭐지 다 패마도 지름지 끝섭라야 아니 샴지 주제 아니 패버렸어.
and so the Chinese emperor invited Lama Tsongkhapa to China at that time, but Lama Tsongkhapa couldn't go, so he sent Chamjen Choje as his representative of Lama Tsongkhapa. So he went to the China.
아니 단다 로게 덴베가 펜다 다 템바스 그놈도 야나라 다데바티 또 아니 샴지 주제 때나 빠지 배워 또
And so this the Gelugpa teaching that's still existing in China, or spreading has spread or established in China, is through Chamjen Choje.
어디 진짜다 샴지 주제라 오자다 야나 공매가 오자다 까마바시 나베다 텐다 오시 나베요.
And so the Chamjen Choje has, like Lama Tsongkhapa's hat, you see there, like that. It's a different, pandit's hat, we call it pandit's hat. But Chamjen Choje has a different hat that was, offered by the Chinese emperor.
제가 그 야오 까마발시 오자이도.
Have you seen Karmapa's hat? It looks a little bit different. So it looks like that. It was given by the Chinese emperor.
어디 진짜다 아니 다 아니 지름 뭐책이 아니 가데 차다 버려. 아니 세라든 레부다 레부 차대가 쏟았어요. 다때까지 지름 뭐지 너무 좀 봤을 때 제가 같이 아니 로게 데베데서 숨세 나기 다 아니 자산 대사 숨라 자산이 자산 조요레스.
And so Lama Tsongkhapa established the Ganden monastery, right? So Ganden monastery, is established Lama Tsongkhapa, and then his two close disciples, established Debung and Sera, and then each, monastery have it's like a two colleges, so like Sera J College and Sera Mea College, like that. Debung has Debung Gomang and Debung Losaling, and then Ganden has Ganden Sharze and Ganden Changze, like that. So 6 colleges.
안 다가나지 지름 뭐지 로마니가 지가 아니 지대 차다 아니 지가 지메 차다 아니 나가 냠네 제사 도치 차다 요래.
And then also another disciple of Lama Tsongkhapa established the Tantric College monastery. So that's like the lower Tantric College monastery and then upper Tantric College monastery.
다티고 사자매매야.
So that, of course, that's the differentiated by place.
Yeah.
Lower is like like in the south, and then upper is up in the north.
어디 단다인 바이나 아니 대사 좀 가는데 계시 땅에서 그걸야 나 로로 제발라 주대 좀 가르라 배그래.
And so from the Sera monasteries, from these three great monasteries, right, the Ganden, Debung, and Sera, when someone becomes a Geshe, when they graduate as a Geshe, then they go to the Tantric College, Tantric College monastery, to train in Tantric like rituals, rites, and so forth.
아니 되네야 아니 제때며 가르는 캠보 콜 아니 되네야 아니 다 로른 보체네 아니 샤체 샹체 캠보 되네다 말에 샤장 주지 가르지 되네야 아니 가든 저거서 로요레스.
And then from there, then they become the abbot of either the lower Tantric College or the upper Tantric College, and then from there, they become like the 가서 장제 주지.
아니 샹체 주지 샤체 주지.
디카레 디데 이제.
데다
김보라 김보 뭐라.
그뭐 말에 긴단다 자사지던 그럽지가 데다가 곱저 가로.
So that's like then one before one becomes that's like the Ganden Tipa, the Ganden throne holder, is the successor of Lama Tsongkhapa, and then before that, there's got the Changje Choje and Shaba Choje, and that is the successor of the two disciples, like Kedu Rinpoche and Gyaltsen Rinpoche. So you become Changjen Choje or Shaba Choje, and then from there, so you become either the successor of Kedu Rinpoche or Gyaltsen Rinpoche. Then after that, then you become the successor of Lama Tsongkhapa, which is the Ganden throne holder.
Teresa and Ro Gedembe Gadin Trawasati, so Lojong Yovayana, Contro Chodo, Contro much of the Yomaris, me Koran system Jurakata, Shana, and Roshugars.
And so, so it's all based on your knowledge, your knowledge. And so if you have a knowledge, then you can become anybody. So there's no differentiating, of this caste or that caste or from this family or that, not like that. So anybody, no matter where you're from, if you have the knowledge, you can become Ganden throne holder. So he says, they're saying that, if you have the knowledge, there's no honor, there's no one honor, of the Ganden throne. So it can be owned by anybody. And so you have to go through all this process that at the time when you become the Ganden throne holder, you maybe reach around 70, 80 years old. And then you have there's like a time limit for being a Ganden Tipa or Ganden throne holder, and there's like 5-6 years only, and then after that someone else will become.
Okay, that day dangi that will get him to the way, but there's a true la Korasun Kembo and the take change with the any better chini after the so Kaka Tagaris, Kakachiba Maris.
And so these 6 colleges, of the 3 great monastery, like each monastery have 2 colleges. So each college, have their own abbot, right? And so that abbot, so each of their abbot, have written the text for their monastery, for their college. So for the Sarah J College, written by Chokyi Gyaltsen, and that is for the Sarah May College will be written by someone else. So it will be not exactly the same. I mean, the same thing, but in different ways.
And 되게 싸워지잖아 가나 아니 다 오만도 왜 발신도 왜나 아니 남신이 보지다 레시센티 다 나중에 아니 되게 싸워야 아니 뭐도 제단 저와다 시작하는 되게래서.
And so if it is usually in Sarah J and May, they will anyway, so all these texts, whichever colleges abbots write, and of course they have their own way of writing, but it's all written on the basis of the same text, like ornament of clear realization. If it's about the perfection vehicle, it's mostly about it's with the ornament of clear realization or the clear meaning by Haribhadra, and then the essence of eloquent speech by Lama Tsongkhapa and so forth. So it's based on the same text but in a different ways.
아니 제가 살았지 아니 샹테타상 고마타상 something 아니 이제 찍버렸어. 아니 사람의 and loselling and shate something 이제 찍봐요 거랬어. 그래서 정말 찍봐로.
정말 찍봐요.
제가 차단도 찍어만 난 라운드 보여.
So and then the 6 colleges, right? So are from 2 from each great monastery. So the 3 colleges from 3 great monasteries, like Sarah J and Losanling.
말말 샹세 타서 샹세.
This is Ganden Ganden Changze, from the Ganden, the Changze College, and from the Gomang College. So these 3 have a very similar text. They are not same author, but similar text.
And the Loselling
College,
and the Shate,
and Ganden Sharze College,
and Sarah May
College. So these 3 have very similar text.
좀바보 파제 세르치다 샤텐 집어래.
진주기 전들.
집어래. 대자자 집어지잖아.
So 진주기 전들 is the same author, for the Ganden Changze College also, and as well as for the Sarah J College.
아니 벤체 손음 잡아대 비슷하더라. 아니 로셀링이 이제 좀 뭐래. 아니 공기 좀비 샤테 사람 메다 그래. 아니 샤테가 다 그랬어. 이나야 사람마다 샤드냐 코란이 야신 말이에요.
근데 초이자지.
앞에 배질 손으로 잡아.
So Penje Sonam Thapa, is another author for Ganden Shadze. The Shadze.
Losili.
Debu Losling.
Losi and the
The
Shate down Seraminja Tagres, Serameta Loslin in the Shatinilla Yang, Korania Porta Carriers.
So this is the Penje Sonam Thapa.
Yeah.
And Sonam Thapa is from Sonam Thapa, it's from the Debu Losling. So from the Debu Losling College. And so the text written by him or composed by him is also the text they study in Serame Monastery, and then also in Ganden Shatse. But again, they follow that text, but then also they have the other authors written for their own colleges.
Okay, 다들 주도해야 됩니다. 데리다 땅아주 서로 지위기 서로 지와가 단대와 용에 하는 것만 삼위의 지수 주제적 비슷하다. 다 고변고면나 지수 주제적 시작이 노그레스.
And so anyway, this is just extra information. Might not be any helpful for you, but just for more knowledge, so you can boast to other people. Anyway, so anybody who is related with the Seraje monastery, follow this text. Follow the text by Gyaltsen Chokyi Gyaltsen. Like Kapan monastery is part of Seraje, affiliated with Seraje monastery. So therefore, Kapan monastery and Kapan nunnery, they all study the text by Gyaltsen Chokyi Gyaltsen.
And also lundo repeat watch GTG the best molares lundo repeat watch.
And so we usually call like Gyaltsen Chokyi Gyaltsen is the honor, the honor. Or the Lord, the Lord of the Lord of Scripture and logics, Lord of Scripture and logic. Like that. I addressed him in that way also.
Okay, that is. 당어도 너무 고디 마치노 거죠. 고디 굽대요.
근데 굽딘데 니버더라.
너무 고디 지서 되는 이걸 만들어셔다.
그래.
너무 이시도다. 대라 이시 조사대. 다 이시 조사대. 대라 이시 조사대 레바드 섹스레스. 단지도 이제 배에서 사람들은 개변까지 시고 쉬서 대라 이시도다 시소지 값서.
그리고 디나는 뭐는 알더다. 이제 나와.
걸랍시.
뭐도 게스 걸랍시.
말 대라 이시 조 이시세 아나 이시 단에서 지디 무도지는 이시 단세 좀. 대라 이시 초단세대 레바드 섹스. 무도지는 이시 단세미 말에. 이시 단 없어는 단세.
네, 저한테서 결라면도 이제 나와.
대 노르데. 제다데 뭐뭐 노르데 와. Then what is it?
And so it says the first starting with the detailed explanation detailed explanation of the accumulation of exalted wisdom. So here talking about the exalted wisdom, right? Accumulation of exalted wisdom. So we talked about earlier the accumulation of wisdom and accumulation of merit, right? So here talking about the accumulation of wisdom. And so here it says it's in the ornament of clear realization. It says in that there is the accumulation of exalted wisdom. So Geshe was just mentioning that it's wrong, it's not ornament of clear realization, it's from the clear meaning by Haribhadra.
So in the clear meaning.
So this is in the it's like it says, in that there is the accumulation of exalted wisdom. It's from actually clear meaning.
아니 무도지 싸워나 이시 다는 이시 소세요 말세. 가가레스.
So because in the ornament of clear realization it doesn't say accumulation of wisdom. It says accumulation of exalted wisdom. It doesn't say accumulation of exalted wisdom. It only says wisdom. It only says wisdom in the ornament of clear realization. And so when it says accumulation of exalted wisdom, it is from the clear meaning.
가상 안서 된듯이 소이 바 된듯이나 남친 세지 주주여와 디나는 지그레스 도둑 줍든 세죠.
So the accumulation of wisdom, if you remember from the 70 topics, there are like the 10 topics of the know of all aspect. So that's one of them, right? Yeah.
된 마용 걸 텐데 제자다 이시도다 시소지 값을 초급주도 있나 초급주도 요래서 이나 디나가는 다 이시도다 셔라데 제버레스.
And so of the 17 accomplishments of the accumulation, and so there are 17 accumulation of wisdom. So among them, accomplishment of the accumulation, and so the accumulation of the exalted wisdom is one of them.
Okay, 제자되나 yes.
But in the 17, there's two wisdoms listed, right? And so wouldn't that be actually would be referring? Could also refer, or not also refer to one of those, even though it doesn't say exalted wisdom. And that 17 that lists the 17 topics.
간다 간다 단다 줍든 갈사
그리고
단다 줍든 나
조접 줍도 되죠.
소도 줍든 어디 소도 줍든 나라 나는 니샤 말했어
텔라 초마바이 텐데 텔라 이식도 손도 초마바이시다. 텐데 이식 소대 가지 돈요 도베 혈압.
So you're talking about the exalted wisdom?
in 70 topics.
Oh, 70 topics. Oh,
70
okay.
topics in the list, yeah, so yeah, one, I suppose I read it in like
70 topic 나네
the collection of
There are 10 topics. 10 topics, you know, of the.
ninth one, I think.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And
Oh.
there's 17 topics is covered, and there's two of them for wisdom,
17 or 70?
17. So it has a list that, you might have to, so if it's really covered,
Yeah.
collections.
텐데 텐데 요 혈압지 소도가 이식도 가가셔야 그래서 가지고 가라서.
Oh, I see. So you're talking about the two wisdom side.
야.
Yeah.
야.
Hmm.
디나 그 찍된 가도 발전적 혈압 세지 되래서.
Alright.
단단히 이식이 촉서야 돼. 대 발전적 혈압도 말해서.
Uh-huh.
아니 단단 발전 쪽은 혈압이 쏠라게 말해.
Alright.
이식이 촉서야 돼.
Then
되는 것이
Yeah, so it's one of them. So there is one of them. There it talks about two. You know, so there's I mean they both
Yeah, last
have a
one.
wisdom. So I don't know if you exactly like that. Is one should be like exalted wisdom, and the other one is just wisdom. So when you talk about the wisdom, then it's talking about like the perfection of wisdom. So that like the six wisdom, 6 perfections or 10. When we talk about 10 perfection, there's a perfection wisdom. So it's referring to them. So this one is referring to like exalted wisdom. So that's a little different.
제자
You should
토를
shut up, Sidra.
뭐야?
You should 가가셔.
가가죠.
You should shut up.
다 이시세도 좀 야채로. 야채로. 혈압 세도 다야 골로 치러 와. 제가 니까지 돈이 또 별로. 밥에 가다지 돈이 또 별로. 혈압 세 가가 혈압 차가 말아 왔어.
Oh, right.
제가 내 밥에 가다지 돈이 또 별로 세지. 연구.
So this like just like it says in exalted wisdom. So if it's exalted wisdom, then it's not an ordinary wisdom. It has to be the wisdom within the continuum of Arya being. So that wisdom within the continuum of Arya being will be called exalted wisdom. So other wisdom like we have, the ordinary people have wisdom, that's also wisdom, but it's not exalted wisdom.
I'm basically saying is that maybe that's not in there, that ornament does refer to exalted wisdom.
I see.
그래서
디나라 가서 디 라이드 단다 모이스나 단다 디 단다 모두게 랍샤라 저는 노노드 라이드 노라라라 노가 인게 말해 가서는 파기노 디시아 다 다랭그레스.
되게 다 말해. 되게 가서 막 하고 너랑 저랑 저한테 지금 다 연락도.
So this is Geshe say he knows about it. So he studied it. So he knows this is mistaken to say ornament of clear letters. It is from the clear meaning.
저랑 내 저한테 들어오던 저한테 다 달래. 모두 다 연구 말해.
So because if you read the clear meaning, then it will it will come exact word from the clear meaning. Yeah, the quotation. Yeah, that quotation. Yeah.
야, 근데자 모두 전화라 이시다는 손님들 그러지. 이시에서도 손님 손님들 하셔서. 모두 지틀라 이시다는
So
손님.
in the ornament of clear realization, it says in the wisdom and merit, wisdom and merit. It doesn't say accumulation of wisdom. It just says wisdom and merit, which is referring to the accumulation of wisdom and accumulation of merit. But that's the exact word from ornament of clear realization is wisdom and merit, like that. Wisdom and so that only then says. But here it says exalted, accumulation of exalted wisdom. So that's in the word from the clear meaning.
제가 다 되는 초점 줍도 열어. 줍도는 자상 마셔 가지고 내가 이시에 쏟아 믹스해 시고 이제 가르세나. 다 이제 되적은 왔어.
And so here it says, why explain the accumulation of exalted wisdom in particular among the 17 accomplishments of accumulation? And it only talks about the accumulation of wisdom.
제가 다 제나 대도에도 이시에서도 똑같이 대도나 편이 전부다 되면 싫어도 싶으시 제발라 준 너시홍선도 와.
So it says there is a reason for the accumulation of exalted wisdom is because the accumulation of wisdom is difficult to realize, and if realized, carries great benefit and virtues.
오케이.
And thus it is explained in particular.
오케이. 다 대체발라 준이죠. 대값서 단 대값서 아니 오마바다 세마만 일루 오마바다 무슨 일루 소소게 봐. 오마베 가렌도 그래. 샘섬에 가렌도 그래.
So like it says, and then this text arose in order to explain it. So this text.
다들 사정아 이래서 와.
So here we have 5 sections.
아니 우선이 루소서 음악을 가린다고 셈셈에 가린다고 그래.
setting out the individual systems, of the middle way and mind only,
아니 음악을 루된 대결에서
and proving the reasonableness, of the middle way system,
아니 대랄래까 본 따텔 좁아방 그래서
and abandoning the grounds, for disputing that,
아니 셈셈을 가봐 셈셈
and
대결.
refuting the mind only school.
아니 이시 소시에도 제바 좀 men치면 진짜가.
And the reason for not explaining the other divisions, of exalted wisdom.
오케이.
So those are the five.
다대다 배잔 디기 아니 고 담보기 삽체 도도 대래서.
So these are the main topic, of this text.
다데는 다데가로 가려 갖고 다 이식 소세도 하고 그래. 이식 소세 가리지 봐.
So in this case, what you have to understand, is the exalted, the accumulation of exalted wisdom.
제다 당도 저바다 이식 소시보다 이식 소시라 제고 이제 가리잖아.
And so now, what is the reason, among all this accumulation? What is the reason for the accumulation of exalted wisdom, to be explained here?
이식 소도 똑같이 또나 편이지 뭐 되면 싫어.
So why explain the accumulation of wisdom, exalted wisdom in particular? Why?
대랍다
Why?
이식 소 똑같이 랍다죠.
Because realize, and if you realize, carries great benefit and virtue.
오케이
So
다이는
that's what you have to understand.
대다 저바 이제 야락이다. 저 좋은 거 튕겨 놓을 때 말. 칼 납쇼 왔어.
So now you don't just write it down. You say it out. Okay. So
Okay.
that you remember. And so Geshe will ask the question now.
다 좋다지죠. 이식 소도 시라 제고 이제 가리지.
So why explain the accumulation of exalted wisdom in particular?
오케이. 오케이. again 안 좋아한다.
Again.
Why?
Why?
오케이. 안 좋지 인다.
One more time.
오케이. 이식 소 또게 또나 편이죠. 다 이식 소 또게 편이죠. 또나 편이죠 뭐데 가려서나. 다들 저원이 받았다.
Now the second question is, what are the benefits? If it's realized, then it has great benefits, right? So what are the benefits?
Okay, who has answer? Who has answer? Deborah? No? Why? Why? No?
The
No?
Pentateuch in between.
판타지오 이제 가렸어. Why is it more benefit?
Why is it beneficial? Like, it has a great benefit, right?
It's a why is benefits.
Why is it beneficial? How is it beneficial?
그래서
that 이게 또 레년도서 빵을 핑계했어.
not yet, not yet. Not it's close but not directly.
How is it beneficial? If you realize it's the exalted wisdom, how is it beneficial?
이시소도나 강사들라다. 내가 좋아해. 강사 되게 이시소나 돈이 또 그래서. 대다 돈이 또나 돈이도 빼면서 편해 정보에서 되게 돼서.
So if the exalted wisdom here is referring to emptiness, right? Realization of emptiness. So if you realize emptiness, then there's a great benefit. Right? Therefore, it is beneficial to have the realization of exalted wisdom.
오케이. 이시소도나 돈이 또 그래서. Why? Why is benefit?
Why is it beneficial? Because if you realize in exalted wisdom, you realize emptiness.
Okay. Second that repeat me. Why is benefit?
Beneficial.
Why is beneficial? Second, I couldn't hear you guys. No, if you said it again, you don't have to shy, right? It will stay in your mind. I know you guys write down, but you close the book, you will forgot. Therefore, in monastery, when the monastery like don't broken. In Tibet, right now we have light. In Tibet, they don't have the light. Even then, the teacher teaching the evening, the students have no book. The teacher also doesn't have book. They just go
Through heart.
through heart. Then they don't forget. Therefore, you guys read everything, then you have to look at again the full book. Okay? 다행이다. 야, 초를 주더니 나는 20소시라 적고 이제 가능히 있어.
So among the 17 accomplishment of the accumulation, why explain that accumulation of exalted wisdom in particular?
오케이. 다 이시 또 가지고 가르쳤나?
So what is the why is it difficult to realize? Why is it difficult to realize?
이시 소도나 돈이 도고 그래서 된다. 이시 소도나 돈이 도고 그래. 돈이 도나 pension 버려서. 제가 또 개베진데 이시 소도나 강사들하고 돼요. 강사들이 이시 소도나 강사들이 돈이 도고 그래. 돈이 도나 pension 버. 돈이 도도 똑까지 똑같은 말이 pension 버려서 되게 돼서.
네. 이나도 똑같이인데 가래.
이시 뭐 가대.
똑같이인데.
이시도. 이시도 똑개베진데 이시도나 돈이 도고 그래서. 대다 돈이도 똑깔래 가고 인자. 아니 이시도 똑깔래 가고 그래서.
So you can say same thing again, because in order to in order to realize the exalted wisdom, you have to realize emptiness. Because it is difficult to realize emptiness, therefore it is difficult to realize exalted wisdom.
Okay? Are you emergency call? Emergency call? No, they just turn off. Yeah. Okay? 다 저도 주된 이시도 제가 지금 제가 가래 있어.
Now, what is the reason for explaining the
Don't think
exalted
I'll say
wisdom?
again like I'm bored, okay?
Wisdom, exalted wisdom in particular among the 17 accumulation and 17 accumulations, 17 accomplishment of accumulations.
Okay? Okay, Howard, I don't hear you. Howard, are you state house?
Huh?
Are you state house?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, I don't hear you. Okay. Why? Why? No. Yeah, don't look in the book, okay? If you look in the book, it's too complicated. Just follow the art. Don't you, okay? 이시 what touch thing 안줄랍시다. 이시 또 시락집에 제세 가래 있어.
So what is the reason, for explaining the accumulation of accumulation of exalted wisdom?
That's what it was. 딜레라 이시 또 똑같이 또나 편의점 뭐 되면서 되면고 말했어.
You just have to say like because, right? The reason for accumulation of wisdom is difficult to realize, and if realized, carries great benefit and virtue.
Okay, that's why I'm just
Yeah. Again,
Okay.
why?
Okay, why? Okay, now Harvard.
Because if you realize,
Why?
if you realize,
Okay, okay, Jennifer.
Because it is difficult to realize, and if realized, it carries great benefits and virtues.
Good, good. Okay, now who would like to say? Who would like to say? Yes.
Because it's difficult to realize, and if realized, it carries great benefits and virtues.
Good, good, good. How you like to say? You want to say?
Difficult to realize, but if it does, carries great benefits.
That's very, very wonderful. Okay, Deborah. Okay. Michelle? I think you guys are very good. Okay, say it together. Why? Okay, now Harvard, yeah. don't go to state house, okay? No, I'm joking. I'm just kidding. Okay, yeah, you.
It's difficult to realize, and if realized, carries great benefits.
That's good. You want to say? Good job, good job. Would you like to say? That is very wonderful, you guys. Oh, very wonderful. Okay, would you like to say? Okay, Eric, you say? Okay. Okay, would you like to say? Oh, okay. Okay, Bob?
Because it's difficult to realize, and if realized, carries great benefits and virtues.
Okay, Ian, you want to say? Good job. Would you like to say? Good job. Okay, say again. Why? Everyone together, okay? One more time. Now you, yeah.
it's difficult to realize, and if realized, carries great benefits.
Good, pass. Okay, good. Okay, 다그 이또 이시도 또 끊어. 다 이시도 또 개버지 되거든요. 이시도나 돈이 또 개버지.
So why is it difficult to realize an exalted wisdom?
This
Why is it
what?
difficult?
다디 랜데 이시도나 또 이시도 강다 이시도나 돈이 또 그거 싫어.
And so in order to realize in order to realize exalted wisdom, you have to realize emptiness.
Okay, why? Okay. Why? No, that's good. Okay. 아니 돈이 가진 또 그래 거든.
Why is it difficult to realize emptiness?
Why?
Realize emptiness. Yes.
Yeah, this is good. That's the theory much anyway. Yeah, why? 그리고
말해봐 또 보여줘.
다 간지 아니 이분이 쉬지 말고 또 그래서 먼저 이분이 쉬지 말고 마토는 코안 때문에 그러고.
So in order to realize emptiness, what do you have to realize? The reality, right? The actual mode, actual essence. You have to understand the actual mode of existence. Because we don't understand actual mode of existence, and therefore we are circling in cyclic existence.
So that's
Suchness, yeah, same thing.
오케이. 다음 거는다. Why? 그리고 당부 이시도 시.
Why is it difficult to realize an exalted wisdom?
말 당부 이시도 시급이 더 그래서.
Ah,
이시도 시급이 더 그래.
that's good. So the first thing is why is it, why, what is the reason for explaining the accumulation of wisdom in particular?
오케이. 다 이시 또 그거지 그래서.
Why is it difficult to realize exalted wisdom?
이시도 돈이 또 거다. 다 이시도 돈이 또 자다잖아.
So is it in order to realize the accumulation of exalted wisdom, is it necessary to realize emptiness?
너나 작은 말 대단히 다 강사라 봐. 강사디 이시도 돈이 또 걸라 봐. 대자고 그래서. 강사 말은 작은 말이지.
So you have to say, someone, the person, right? You have to say person. If you don't say person, then it's not necessary.
오케이. 오케이.
You understand?
Why is that?
가르치는 데서.
당가도 로리 대타임 봐. 로리 거면 따사임 봐. 나 라릭 세야지. 라릭 세야지. 제가 이시도 냠뇨 라릭 되게 이시도 도면 돈이 또 말해. 이시도 냠스뇨 라릭 디 이시도 마다 돈이 또 말해. 다 로리 전도 땅 사면 로리 나 열대.
강사기 또 열었어.
가다 또 그래. 로도 또 말해.
So we have to say person because if the person realizes the accumulation of exalted wisdom, then he or she necessarily realizes emptiness. But if someone realizes emptiness, someone realizes exalted wisdom of an accumulation of exalted wisdom, it's not necessary to realize emptiness. So usually, we talk about the mind, like self-cognizing mind, the self-cognizing mind, the mind that cognizes itself. So the mind, like the wisdom and the accumulation of exalted wisdom, that cognizes itself. It only cognizes the accumulation of the exalted wisdom. It doesn't cognize the emptiness. So it realizes that mind, right? So the self-cognizing mind, that realizes the accumulation of exalted wisdom. It realizes only an accumulation of exalted wisdom. It does not realize other mind. So it only sees that, so it doesn't realize emptiness. So that's what you put.
미스텍 아주
So when you say person, yes, it's necessary. But when you say there's a mind which realizes emptiness, there's a particular mind called the self-cognizing mind.
You forgot that you forgot?
Self-cognizing mind. Sorry?
Yeah, you guys forgot that?
랑레드 가원네 그랬어.
아.
근데 랑레드 가원네 그랬어.
알아 요새 강사 제라 요.
강사가 맨날 가원네 그랬어.
강사 내가 말라고 말했어.
강사 말했어.
강사 말했어.
So yeah, it resides in person, but it's not a person.
저랑 미시도 저랑 내가 저랑 말어.
Like your eye consciousness resides in you, right? Your eye consciousness resides in you, but your eye consciousness is not you.
Right.
Exactly like that.
But you said that
Self-cognition.
self-cognizing mind
Yeah.
doesn't have to realize emptiness first before realizing exalted wisdom, whether a person does.
Yes.
So, how are you understanding the distinction between a self-cognizing mind that resides in a person and just the kind of mind that resides in a person but also has to realize emptiness
다들 강사 딱 강사 가서 다는 건저 그래서 이시기 속 또베 라는데 강사 줄여라 때네 내가 강사에 주게 되는 가서 이시기 속또 발라 아니 돈이 또 거기서 그랬어 이나다 대야 강사 줄 내거라 강사 나올 내거라 이나다 강사기 랑리기 그래서 이시기 속도베 랑리기 아니 돈이 또 먹어도 돼야 되는 강사 나올 내거라 스팀 모두 가르쳐 드렸어
티 로탄테 가진 것도 로리카다 제바시다 다 대시간에 한 로리 치는 건 되게 그래 제가 다텔 계속 뭐 되게 그래 간제 로리
돌도 셔찬데
간제 로리카다 아니 시바서 소소송에 지난게 암조 고야 되면 더 말이 더 암조 고 말 된다 그랬어
so so here we're referring to the particularly the mind only so when you say person a person carries all kinds of mind right all kinds of mind but when you're talking about just one mind then that only realizes only one mind so like the eye consciousness when you say eye consciousness person can hear person can see can the eye consciousness hear cannot right like that and a person can hear person can see person can smell all that person can do person have because person has all these things but the consciousness itself in one particular consciousness only functions one way so like the eye consciousness only sees you cannot hear like that so the self-cognizing mind only cognizes itself it doesn't cognize other things that's why
오케이 오케이
make sense
오케이 다인다 다 고쳐와 양 주시 되는 것도 만족이다 다 이시 조립 줍대요 그래서 뒤는 이시 또 미세 세고진서 가르쳐
so there are 17 accomplishment of accumulation right now, among them what is the reason for explaining the accumulation of wisdom in particular
okay Harold yeah yes Harold hello yes give me answer
The 17?
yeah
no among there are 17 accomplishment of accumulations right so among them one of them is the accumulation of exalted wisdom
okay lesson
so among the 17 what is the reason for explaining
listen to the Tom's question okay okay
so among the 17 accomplishment of accumulation what is the
Can't do
reason
it.
for explaining the accumulation of exalted wisdom in particular
The reason,
go ahead go ahead go ahead
the first one,
yeah okay who got it yeah do you remember yeah second don't look the book okay why to
realize there is great benefit.
okay can you repeat the question yeah the question
To write it,
no question is that book can you read the question
the 17 accomplishments of accumulation, why explain the accumulation of the exalted?
this is the question okay
yeah that's
okay
the question.
other people give answer can you guys give answer why
you realize it carries great benefit and virtue
okay 다 또 가지고 가르치나
why is it difficult to realize
okay 다들 하고서 다들 시작인데 내가도 얼마도 있어 된 거대 못 한다랬어 다 나도 이시 소세 간이 하고 그러고 이시 소세
근데 그 찹스야 다들 또 그랬어야죠 지금 아들 또 이시소 또 발라 돈이 또 그랬어 이나 이시소 또나 돈이 또 맞았어
yeah 됐더라 우리야
so anyway just to clear earlier we talked about in order to realize the exalted wisdom you have to realize emptiness right that's what I said but if you realize exalted wisdom is it necessary to realize emptiness no so that's what you have to say okay. So in order to realize exalted wisdom in order to realize exalted wisdom you have to realize emptiness but if you realize exalted wisdom is it necessary to realize emptiness no
you got it
so like that the self-cognizing mind that realizes exalted wisdom realizes exalted wisdom but does not realize emptiness
do you understand that 리방도 하고 근데
you realize so when you say it is this but it's not if it is this it's not necessary to be this it is this yeah it is this yeah it is this but if it is this it's not necessary to be this like that.
easy understand you understand them
so when you say necessary so like that
배차잖아 부모이나 뭐고 부모이나
so if it's a woman it has to be a person right
yes
by
Yeah.
definition
근데 뭐이나 부모 그래
But if it's a person, is it necessary to be a woman? No.
Oh, the Tedu Chiba. This is easy to understand. Tedu Chiba
That
is.
is easy, yes.
This is easy, right? That Tedu Chiba. And Karu. Cantonia Ishitona Tony Togo is. But Tony Tona Ishito is. Ishitona Tony Togo Maris.
맞대디 가라. 근데 말해. 네가 말해. 잡세야죠라 한다.
Ale.
돈 이시초 또 발라 돈이 또 그랬어. 이시초 또는 돈이 또 잡으려서 맞았어.
Ishitona Tony Togo Machabs.
그러니까 단다 보모셔야 돼 네가 말아.
Ale. Okay. That is. 다 제네 당은 Ishito 간지 하고 그래. 난도 대오 Ishito 생이 된 것도 납게 있어.
So now we're going to talk about the definition of the exalted wisdom.
근데 난도 야요는 최제야 됐어.
So then turn to page 2.
아니 단 ten이들 앞서는 라누사들 라모고 다 땡고는 사오셔서 맞지 야만나 시바였나 데메토메 라라미 비차브스 네
So in
시바
the-
네 시바세야 돼 바지 또로라 또로 시바 간갈라고 말이야 요새
On the fourth paragraph, it says our system, right? So that's our one system, and then someone else says like that.
네나는 양아도 배나 튼다마 바지난다 난도 오말 안 집을 시작이 그래서
So, so this is again according to the Savatantika Madhyamika system. Okay, the whole text is according to Savatantika Madhyamika system. And so when it says our one system, that is referring to Savatantika Madhyamika system.
제다 시바나랑 시바였나 아니 시바였나 데메토메 라일메 비차브스
So it says like our system would say, if something is a consciousness, it necessarily focuses on an object that is empty of true existence.
안에 빼나 몰름다 안에 따나 나위 시바진 오세
So for instance, take the consciousness to which a dream horse or dream elephant appears.
제다 빼나 뭔가 밀름라 따다가 뭐잖아 대군에 말해 와스 대군에 갖다 주말에스
And so the horse and elephant that appears in our dream is not a real elephant or horse, right?
코라 난게
It's a fake elephant.
제다 코라 나야 따는 거 람보잖아 나 코따 말에 람보지 코 주말에스
So what to him the elephant and horse appears, but those are not those that appears as a elephant or horse is not a real horse or elephant.
제다 나도 시발라 덴바트바 나나야 대 덴바트바 말에스 대네 덴베 가로 덴베 동아 덴바트 동아레스
And so to our mind, everything will appear as existing truly, but nothing exists truly.
제다가 나버마토 이시세데 아니 다 단다 이시 소세는 내야 시발에스 단데 그 네가 따지 되게 요르
So this is non-conceptual exalted wisdom, so which is referring to that accumulation of exalted wisdom, is also like this. So that exalted wisdom is also like that. It's a kind of a mind also.
단다 시비 정원디 까는 게 덴비 아니 정화 연된데 디나 돈ing에서 또 벤켐바 까는 게 덴비 대시 시 소진 세니스
So this proof statement is the type of proof statement being explicitly taught in this context. Thus,
Bena.
the definition of the accumulation of wisdom being explicitly taught in this context is an exalted knower of Mahayanist who has realized emptiness. The exalted knower of Mahayanist who has realized emptiness is the definition of exalted wisdom.
어 당게 이 가나 시소 또나 또까지 또나 편해져 되는 시소 단 생인데다스
And so earlier when we say such a kind of exalted wisdom, which is very difficult to realize, and if realized, it carries great benefit and virtue. So this is the wisdom that's talking about.
오케이 단대 약보지로 되는 것도 야는 양 쯔와자거다스 지그레
So now remember this definition, okay? An exalted knower of Mahayanist who has realized emptiness. So every part of definition, because later we're going to debate about that. So then it has to fit exactly, exactly like what is said in this definition.
Okay.
It has to be exalted knower. It has to be Mahayanist. It has to be who has realized emptiness. So keep that in the mind.
오케이 단테니다 다 이식 속은 테니 까는 게 있으면 이식 속은 테니셔다
So now, what is the definition of the exalted wisdom of this context?
다 될라 이해와 가세요
잠깐 던져.
아니 가진 도시야
Okay, again. Again.
What's
One more
that?
time.
What's that? What's that?
What is it?
What is that? Oh, what? Definition of? Oh, okay. 다 가서 이시 속도가 데려다니.
So, like earlier we talked about difficult to realize, the wisdom, exalted wisdom that is difficult to realize. So this is it, right? So the definition of that wisdom is this.
Yes.
The exalted knower of Mahayan is who has realized emptiness.
So this consciousness realized emptiness, what are they accumulating?
그래서
The 동료 또 배셔랍셔라. 뒤 거래 싸게 어렸어. 거래 싸게 어렸어.
이식 속.
Accumulation of wisdom.
But they already have, by definition, the wisdom that realizes emptiness, so what's beyond that?
그 뒤 거래
Accumulating means you're building something.
다 델은 건 동료 똑 사도. 뒤 젤라다 거래 싸게.
다 단다 내 돈이 또내 단다가 내가만 뭐 제네 다 거야. 스텝스텝만 뭐 줘야 돼.
동료 거래 또야 그랬어.
돈이 단다 돈이 집에 돈이 셴바 뭐 또야 돼. 단다 거 내가 뭐 줘야 돼.
So this one is one kind of emptiness, right? So you have realized one emptiness, but there's so many emptiness to realize, and so you accumulate merit, accumulation of wisdom to realize all those emptinesses.
배낭간도 며칠 랍단데 타서 왔네. 다 콜랍다서 단다 랍다야 간 줘야 돼.
So just like you have graduated from one, kind of class, but then you have other more classes to take and study more. So it's just like that.
example
You graduated from one class doesn't mean that you have graduated from all the classes.
So you're saying there are multiple emptinesses?
There's multiple.
시절은 다 매완다. 돈이란 다요 말이야.
한 돈이 또 깔라 여러 율기샤네.
이게 잘하고 있는 돈이 또 가라 이래요.
So there is like a different level of emptiness, right? The subtle emptiness or gross emptiness, and from the object side, So if the object is subtle, then it's more more difficult to realize the emptiness of that object because it's more subtle.
진짜 돈이 또 받은 게 사가 말이야. 대라야 아니 대가야 맨날 요몬 내라 니보체도 양 내라체도 가가 이러세요. 대사님 올만 남도요 가가셔야 돼서.
So then there is also different level of delusions, So your realization of emptiness, can maybe only overcome certain level of delusion, but there are many level of delusion. So this realization of emptiness only can overcome this much of delusion, and then this realization then it will overcome this much of it. So that every path you go, as you progress, then there's more delusions to abandon. So you have to realize different level of emptiness to abandon those delusions.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
Isn't there a distinction between wisdom and emptiness? In other words, what this question was asking is what is being accumulated, and you can't accumulate emptiness, but you can accumulate wisdom. Is that right?
Is that your question?
No. I was wondering if there was any wisdom that transcended an understanding.
So you're talking about.
I didn't know there was more than one. There was emptiness of self, there's emptiness of phenomena.
Yeah.
I thought that was it. You're implying that there are multiple levels, but multiple levels is different from emptiness itself in my mind. It's not clear.
그래, 나 망보여라더라. 돈이도 먼저 나 싸거라나 싸 고라 돈이 또 별로 가가샤워라.
가가야 돈이로 잘아요라. 돈이로 니바치죠.
How many different levels of emptiness are there?
So yeah, we're just talking about that. So like we
limitless
have like
emptiness.
Like unlimited?
야, 시단 배는 가서 시절은 타요 말.
There's no number. There's no
배는 시절은 타면다 돈이라 잠깐 뛰어요 말이야. 돈이 가세요 세지.
돈이 가져면 돈이 또 가야 되잖아. 직독소나 신다도 다.
시다도 시나 오모노만 콜이야. 리파시마가 배는 진짜 자고 가나 가나 돈으로 그랬어. 야, 뭐만 지 깔리 자고 말이야. 돈이 직독서나 신바가가 배 코펜 라운드고 가나 돈 내고 쉬고 그랬어.
다나가도 다나 지당가도 다 고사시나 가서도 카카샤야 되다 먼저 다 싸고르샤.
제다 사거들 남거 세대 코가나 돈 배날 돈이 또 로트기 뇨몬 될 녀보 제트 야 될지만 될 야트 슉체고 야 카카가로 그랬어.
So when you talk about
배나도
emptiness
나사지나.
itself, and there's emptiness of everything, right? There's emptiness of book, table, floor, like that. So when you tell like that, that's what Geshe meant. That's unlimited, So there's no limit of the object. Just like that, there's no limit of emptiness. But then when we talk about I'm coming there. So when you talk about the level, then there is a different level. Like there's a sharp faculty and the dull faculty. If it's the sharp faculty, then can realize emptiness. Just when it realizes emptiness of one object, it can refer to the other objects in the same way and realize emptiness easily like that. So that's another one. And then there's also we have like we talk about the 10 bhumis or 10 grounds. So when you go up from that, starts from the path of seeing, and then from there, and then there's a 9 bhumis and grounds in the path of meditation. And so each ground, when you go from there, from the first ground to the second ground, there's a different level of understanding of emptiness.
So every positive aspect of merit that
Yeah,
you
yes,
said that
yes.
the sentient being climbs and overcomes, they realize a level of emptiness. But defilements and obscurations could still be there after that level, and then you have to climb and climb and
그래서
climb.
뉴몬도 지바라다 하다 뉴몬을 타라샤고.
뉴모 타라요지. 뉴모를 타라. 그 소소지지 쏘는 그 소리 이식 슉 제조라 때니 아니 뉴모 때도 빵tom 내용 걸 봤어.
So the delusions also, there are different level of delusions. Some are easy to abandon, some are difficult to abandon, and so there, of course, it's divided in many a number in account, and when you overcome this much delusion, then you need this much of wisdom. Like there's we say like in this case, like in the 10 ground, they're divided into like 10 wisdoms, for the 10 paths, for the 10 delusions. And it starts with a small wisdom to overcome the gross delusion. So gross delusions are easy to abandon, and then the medium, for the medium, and then the great wisdom, for the subtle, most or the small or the subtle, the delusions like that.
바 팅로도 제가 배나 나사 지와이나 나사 찍바이 메지 메 찍바다 메라 코카도 메 니바 쳐주신 되는 거배나 아니 그 나사라 때베 메테고 되나지 뇨모라 때베 다디 카페장인 시합도 고고 그랬어.
So just like the dosage of medicine, how much medicine you give depends on how serious is the disease. If the disease is not that serious, then maybe 1 or 2 doses, And if you need, the disease is more serious, then you have to give more doses, like 500 milligram or 1,000 milligram like that. So depending on how big is the disease, that much medicine you have to apply. So just like that. So how big is the delusion? That much, the wisdom you have to apply.
제가 단단한도 쏘는 거 속사가 단단한도 쏘는 거 속사대 그래서 단단을 싸고 그랬어.
So right now we are accumulating, the merit, but we still have to accumulate more. We accumulate merit to maybe be able to understand whatever we understand now, but that's not all the understanding we can gain. There's many more understandings to gain. So for that we have to accumulate more merit, more wisdom.
제가 돈이 또 봐야나 단다 돈이 또 봐야나 단다 돈이 또 빌로데 슉체르페 니바체르 당요려.
And so you have realized emptiness, but that realized emptiness is not strong enough to overcome all the delusions. So you have to accumulate more and more wisdom to make it more and more powerful to overcome other delusions.
오케이. 다인데 다이식 또 tenish요다야.
Okay, what's the definition of exalted wisdom of this context?
다 텔라 예와 가세요나.
How many divisions are there? So here it talks about here.
No.
If that is divided in the next paragraph, there are
야, 제가 내가 돈이 잔자래서 슈동반이 나 돈반이 된다 돈이 잔자래서.
paths of accumulation. The one that is the path of preparation, one for each of the 7 impure grounds, 2 each for each of the 3 pure grounds, and 3 that are grounds of Buddha, and thus there are 20.
제가 내조간 거 이치시는데 와서 이치. 얘가 돈이 잔자래서 돈이 슈동반이 나 돈반이 된다까지 돈이 또 별로 전에 시대 그랬어.
So this is all talking about the wisdom realizing emptiness, right? So the realizing emptiness and the internal emptiness, or the outer and the external emptiness, and so forth. So this is all talking about emptiness.
대매제 아니 니까는 이스 때문에 이식이 소세다. 가리고나 돈이 또벤 쳔바 임바 대화심바 가사지 시바임바 고운데 와서.
And so it has to be exalted knower, and it has to be the exalted knower within the Mahayanists, right? Who has realized emptiness.
그리고 다 돈이 또벤 이시 임바 디가라 대화심바 가사지 쳔바임바 니고는 니 상고운데 와서.
And so it has to be exalted knower that has realized emptiness, and it has to be within the continuum of Mahayana,
Okay.
Mahayanist, right?
제주 가리요. 생이들 제주 갈상 거다.
So what are the features of this definition?
Exalted knower in the continuum of Mahayana that's realized emptiness.
오케이. Everyone got that? 오케이. 당어도 야 녹인다.
So now we go back.
오케이. 다 단계 담보 저와 지적이 나겠죠. and 초급 주도는 희소 지나치고 이제 가능이 있어.
So among the 17 accomplishment of accumulation, why is an accumulation of exalted wisdom explained in particular?
오케이, 다 희소 되니 가래.
So and what is the definition of the accumulation of exalted wisdom?
오케이, that's good. 다들도 아니 대나 이시소 또까지 대도나 편집보다 대비 시라도 시비셔서 시인체발라스 다들 마사지 시 나요레스 왜선지 루소송게 봐 오마벨로 타바드바 텔랄레카 봐 센센벨로 까봐 이시시와 예와 지문진다 나세도
So the exalted wisdom is difficult to realize, and if realized, it carries a great benefit and virtue, and thus it is explained in particular. And this text arose in order to explain it. And so here we have 5 sections, right? So the first one is setting out the individual system of the middle way and mind only, proving the reasonableness of the middle way system, abandoning the grounds for disputing that, refuting the mind only school, and the system and the reasons for not explaining the other divisions of exalted wisdom.
오케이 다들 아니 다디고라 다디 느시기 자고만도 고 배전한테 서본도 와서 아니 셔단디나 다 시코나라면이나 오마와다 센서만이 소카레 오마베 가린도 우리 이시토 가rel라미 그래서 다디 시토다 이시토 미바 가레레 이시토 솔라미 그래서 다 군이 쯧자 대대자 그래서.
So it's the first one, they're setting out the individual system of the middle way and mind only, right? And so what is the mind only school says about the exalted wisdom, and what is the middle way school says about the mind only school, about the exalted wisdom? So it's all debate on that, right? Debate about how they explain the exalted wisdom.
오케이 다들 샘쯤에 준제 대진지 도베 돈녀스 덴접 대 법이 여자식 자잔데.
And says here now the first setting, right? So it says the mind only, so how mind only school explains and how middle way school explains, right? So the mind only maintains that are truly established in emptiness, which is the apprehended form and apprehended consciousness being empty of being different substances. Is the asset, so is the essence and object of the Arya's meditative equipoise.
아니 오마베 추던저 덴베데 돈이 아니 가로 이시 따오 가로 법이 여자식 자잔데 그래서.
And then the middle way maintains that the emptiness, which is all phenomena being empty of true existence, is the assessed object of the Arya's meditative equipoise.
다들 임베 진설라 가르나 제나레스 나발모토 이시티 미바 가르레스나 아니 이시기 속 미바 가르레스 기세티 그래서.
And then for in the Gyanang,
제나라야티 아니 단다 가로 미치라 내체라 그래서 미치라 아니 제나라 내 인제 아니 단다 가로 löwe 상에서 무슨 그래서. 아니
가르디 되었던 말어.
저도 말해 아니 내체라 그래서.
대신.
인제 아니 löwe 상에서 무슨 그래서.
So Janang is one of the also is called actually a great commentary, the commentary by Haribhadra, same author of the clear meaning.
간지 제tom바다 아니 무도지 샤베는 내가 잘 그래서. 제tom바다 무도지 인다봐. 땡다봐. 아니 제나서야 돼.
Getong. And so the Gyanang, is it's called a great commentary. It's the commentary of the 8,000 verses of the Professional Wisdom Sutra and the ornament of clear realization.
다 되나라 가르쳤나 나발모토 이시 미바다 가르레스 기세티 다 저거를 봤어.
So now in that commentary, right, by Haribhadra, it says if asked, so if asked, what is in that it's asked, what is the
나발모토 이시 미바 젠셔나스.
So what is the non-conceptual exalted wisdom? So what is the question asked in that text, in that commentary, is what is the non-conceptual exalted wisdom?
Okay, can you guys give the question?
It says right here, what is the focus of this non-conceptual exalted wisdom?
Okay, can you guys read this?
What is the focus of this non-conceptual exalted wisdom?
Okay, say again. 네가 나발모토 이시다 가르레스. 저도 저발이나 가려 니 남아부터 위실나 가려라 가려나 가려라 했으나 저도 갈 거고.
And then what is the answer?
나 안설 맘지. 시다 남아부터 위실나 갈라 그랬어.
Alright, so what do you understand when it says non-conceptual exalted wisdom? Non-conceptual exalted wisdom. What do you understand when it says when you hear that?
Direct realization.
Direct perception of emptiness.
그럼.
돈이 못 써봐.
야, 돈인 것도 몰라 들라 그래.
Yes.
돈인 것도 로 되게 미바 가르래 미그래 했으라 그래.
So that is referring to the same as the mind realizing emptiness directly. So
Okay.
the mind realizing emptiness directly, what does it focuses on? What is the object of the mind realizing emptiness directly?
오케이. 다 대라 가직 똥반이 있노신 데스.
And so some would maintain it is emptiness.
Okay, who that? Who said that?
The middle way.
나 말하지 요래. 젠다가 추담지 또 돈이 다티 얼마지다. 가지가 안에 똥반이 있노신 너도 젠다는 젠다나 대 추담지 뭐 돈이라 미반도도 신 소미셔스.
So he says that some would maintain it is emptiness, others would maintain that it focuses on the emptiness of every entity of all phenomena.
Okay? Who? Okay? Bob, Ian?
The first
Who?
one is mind only, and the second one is middle way school.
Okay. How are you guys follow him or different way? Yes. Is Harvard? Deborah? Ian?
Saying emptiness and then the emptiness of all phenomena?
No. What they say here, text. You don't have text.
I brought the wrong one.
Huh?
I have one, but I brought the wrong one. But what was the question again? Just repeat. It said,
또 배신다 이거 봐.
Some 가셨어요.
닌자를 다 닌자 가코니까 수술했나? 가지는 돈만 있는데 가지는 추탐주지 뭐 돈이라 뭐 반대했어.
뒷술에서.
다들 수술했다. 니 수술했어.
So some would maintain it is emptiness, others would maintain that it is a focus on the emptiness of every entity of all phenomena.
거기 채워 가려도.
So what is the difference in these two?
Do you have text?
ultimate,
Do you have text?
yes.
Okay. Okay. Who are these?
Yeah, I mean,
니제
what's the
니제
difference between emptiness and then the emptiness of the very entity of all phenomena?
제다다 내 신도 와래. 같이 그 소리. 제다다 소리했어.
So who is some? Some would maintain as some. So who's the some referring to here?
오케이. 오케이. 야, 그 나도 니벌 쓰셔야거든. 니가는 단 갈만 쓰셔서. Who we talk before that?
We talked about the mind only school and we talked about the middle way.
Okay, now who are that thing you think? 거니가 돈이 누구도?
So Prasad and ego, not yet.
No, they don't talk here. Then 이제 돈이 누구도? 이게 돈이 누구도?
So they both statement, right? Asserts emptiness, right? Asserts emptiness.
제다다 소리 안돼 소리.
So who asserts emptiness?
They both do. But the mind only is the emptiness.
They both meaning they're who? Mind only school and Savatandaka Madhyamika school.
제다 안에 샘섬만 가르치 하고
Seems a member there.
힘받에 가르치 하고 맞아.
So how do you know it is
법
mind
클래스
only school?
담보대 샘섬을라서 가르치 하고.
So Bob, you said first one is mind only school.
How you prove
How do
that?
you know that's
How you
mind
know
only
that?
school?
Okay, 제다 말이야.
I don't think you can tell just from.
There, you have to deal that, yeah.
It says in 4 what the mind only proposition is.
No, don't go down, okay? Don't go down, just here, okay?
Because the last sentence is more deep.
the mind only school doesn't believe all phenomena is the emptiness.
나 권위치래. 이제 내 시에데 샘섬마다 안에 엄마반이 시작이거든. 전부 시작이 말했어.
So it has to be either mind only school or the middle way school.
It's in the text. It says the middle way maintains an emptiness is all phenomena being empty of true existence.
가서
The gana la dosa, gana the shadows. The uma pagi tene. The kind of sama debama duba, zingyoras.
안에
Deba duba tongba, deba duba chotamje deba duba tongba, zingyoras.
안에
Until labdos, stages then uma paresi wa dide.
안에 강아도 돈이 라도 왔으네.
I mean, they're both emptinesses. They're different kinds of emptiness. It's like the mind only is.
But I'm asking is which one's the mind only school in mind which one's the middle one.
So among these two, right? So
The two.
someone says, some will say this and other will say that, right?
You need to
So-
look at the
So
book.
which
then you
one
can
is
understand.
which one is said by the, which one is according to minority school, and which one is according to the
Yes.
middle way school?
You have to understand that look in the book, they understand, not think in the mind. Yes.
I think the second one is mind only, because it's talking about the entity of all phenomena. And if you look at the first statement in the paragraph, it's talking also about entities like the apprehended form and the apprehending consciousness. And
Okay.
being empty of different
Yes.
substances.
I think the first one is the mind only,
Why?
because they look at the mind and the phenomena as different substances.
No,
not as one.
that's not correct reason. No. Okay, Deborah, you have to understand that look in the book, not just thinking. This one we cannot thinking. Okay, Howard.
No, I'm not sure.
가는 데나 하도 담보도 샘좀 말했어. 담보 샘좀 말했어. 니바도 오마란지 말해. 젠다데 인제 효용상도 뭐 코나를 했어. 근데 젠다라데 코나 딱 그런 게딱 연대 매도도 아주나 그러. 마베 인제 담보데 샘좀 말해. 니바데 오마란지 받는 효용상 뭐 코란데 인락이 그랬어.
Excuse me, Geshe, where in the text are you looking?
And the page 1,
Oh, okay.
third paragraph, setting out the individual system of the middle way and mind only. So at the bottom of that paragraph.
Okay?
So this is, anyway, so Geshe is saying that this is, the first one is mind only school. The first one is mind only school. Some would say, so some is, somebody, like some would say, so that's not him. So this is not him, right? So it's not, Haribhadra, not him. So some would say, so that's the mind only school. And the next one, it says others. So others, like not saying I, but like hiding himself, hiding himself and saying others. And so that's the mind only, the middle way school.
제가
The second one, first one is the mind only school. Then second one is the middle way school.
다 담보
You're
임박.
right.
오케이. 다 담보 임박 유미제대 하고 유미제대 담보는 가서
But you have to explain the reason. Why is-
담보는 가서 변에 시험도 말라 샘좀에 눈에 대진이 또에 돈이 된저 법인지는데 대질라야 오마면 시작은 도스. 제가 담보대 샘좀 코랑긴 되고 시작한과. 근데 대임be 되질라 담보는 데 동요래. 아니 니바임be 되질라 알루니 바당 도스.
And it's 동바 image 윤세디?
매 담보대 아니 담보 이게 맞네 샘좀 코랑 시작도 코랑 되왔대. 담보는 샘좀 코랑 되와 거와 인자 다 니바도 제나가 루되와 담보 샘좀 시작 요래서. 제가 될 때는 고고 요래서.
And so this is again in the process, right? So which one explained first, which one explained second? So in the text itself, first is explained the mind only school, right? So mind only school, which is the truly established emptiness, which is the apprehended form and apprehended consciousness being empty of being different substances, and then the second one it explains about the middle way school. So from that process, the first one, what is said in the Janang, is from the mind only school, and the second one is from the middle way school.
오케이. 이제 그런 얘기 나가는 얘기나 담보 샘좀 마시 되네 오마오셔서.
So the reason is in the text itself. First, it explained the mind only school, and then it's explained the mind one, the middle
Okay.
way school.
Do you think?
That's not a good reason.
아,
That's not a good reason.
good reason man.
The ordering in the text.
제자 오르 텍스트 되네
Not a
되네
good reason, just the order of the text, it needs to be based in the substance.
가로. 네, 진짜
저는 그 방금 시작과 담게 되는 윤세 야부 차 마송사.
Not in the rhetorical presentation.
제도 천지 가가 가자. 건이게 돈이 나기도 안 쳐도 가가 가르쳐 갔어.
So they both mentions about emptiness, right?
되는 쳐도
So
가가
then
가르쳐.
how do you differentiate it?
Well, what I already said, which was that in the substantive part of what is being explained, one is more specific and refers to an entity of all phenomena. And
그래,
so
엔티티는
뭐
entity sounds to me.
뭐니 매봤어?
아,
entity
뭐니
sounds
매봤어?
to me like apprehending
내가 나도
form
돼.
and apprehending
초탐지기
consciousness.
뭐니 똥배, 똥이서 뭐니
It's
똥배.
more
대
specific
찌버래.
and general
오마빌란도 추탐저 덴베 되베 돈이 티 사자데 찌버렸어.
So the middle way also says same thing. Middle way also talks about this all phenomena. right?
치벌.
See here in the middle way?
Yeah.
So the middle way maintains that emptiness, which is all phenomena as being empty of true existence.
치벌
So the
치열.
same thing. Your reason is not good either.
Look at what you are saying is some would maintain it is emptiness. Right? That's the same thing as the middle way
제다
explanation you just said.
주담제 데메 동어도 뭐 데메 동어 채워 가려야 돼. 안처럼 가대 잡으잖아.
So now you have to say the difference in between emptiness, right? So the all phenomena, right? Which is all phenomena being empty of true existence, and the emptiness of every entity of all phenomena.
된 채워 가려.
Emptiness of every entity of all phenomena. So what's the difference between these two?
One is simply emptiness.
Mm-hmm.
One is simply emptiness, and one
찍듯이는
is the emptiness
똥밭삼을
of
했어.
네.
the very entity.
예,
And so
진달래
what
된
is-
똥밭
what is
다시
the
뭐기
very
똥밭 했어.
entity? The question is, what is the very entity?
Uh-huh.
제장
And that sounds
데메
like
동어도
form
뭐
to
데메
me.
동어 말이야.
That sounds like form to me.
So if it is empty, isn't
뭐
it
때문에
empty
똥
of the entity?
Yes, it's empty of the
So?
entity, but it's still referencing an entity.
그래.
뭐시기 어렸어.
그래. 제장 뭐 데메 동어도 뭐 쉐도 뭐 데메 동어나 뭐 데메 동어래. 데메 맞다 말이야. 쉐도 뭐 데메 쉐도 개며.
말다 뭐있으나 찍라 덴바 똥 왔으면 라우다 찍라 뭐 덴바 똥 왔어.
제다 데메 동어도 뭐 데메 동어 라게 말이야.
So yeah, it's the same thing. So when you say it's empty, it means that the entity of it is empty.
아니 뭐마다 셴바 데메 동어 며.
So
Why don't you say
the
empty?
if it is empty, right? When it is empty,
What
then
empty?
Why
Is
it
empty? What is it empty of other than
Yeah.
its entity?
What's empty?
Right, but you're asking the question, what's the difference between these two, that we could assign one to the
Yeah.
Mandoli and one to the middle school.
Yes.
And I'm pointing out that one of them is a generalized emptiness, which we are saying here that it is the mind-only school. And the second one is the middle way school, and your reasoning is that as because of the order in which
Yeah.
these things appear in the paragraph.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that's not a good reason.
Mm-hmm.
There needs
I know your reason. I know your reason. But in China, I 데메 데메 동어서 뭐 데메 동어 라게 말이야. 뭐 많이 심바 데메 또 갈동.
말만 저런 게 나다 걸음차네 저런
제대
거.
문제 들어.
디디가 디다.
제대 때 저런 뭐
말다 디마이는 데 임비 준 저런 식으로 왔다.
제자 쉬워 거는 거 쉬워 막 해당 저 봐. 다음번에 샘 좀에 거는 거 루트 만드시 자자. 어다 샘도 막 저런 거 되거든.
지가 도망가서 가지고 있어야 된다네. 신기 써야지도. 신디 소설 보고 그랬어 나는 말해.
제가 제한테 소소 제세대 때는 어마어마하라. 교회생에서 뭐 코로나도 코로나 지주도 거기. 가지 세대 샘도 먹고 돼.
So yeah, I mean,
가르나 담보는 대시 자단 간에 샘도 막 담보 대시 자소.
so usually when you explain something and then it has to go in the order, same order. So you explain about empty and according to mind-only school, and then the next order has to be also in the mind-only school. Then you have to go, and that's one thing. The other thing is also
That's a trick
like
question.
the other thing is there is some would say, so that's referring to somebody else other than Haribhadra himself. He's middle way school. He's a follower. He's the proponent of the middle way school, and so when it says someone, so that's some referring to someone else. So that's a mind-only school, and also it says like others, which is like kind of not like explaining himself, but like others, like by hiding himself, and so that's why that's the question. But in terms.
Those are rhetorical reasons.
So yeah, in terms of the
Substantive reasons.
in terms of the emptiness, they both are same. The way
But
you
that's
said
how-
about emptiness, yeah.
다른 저런 들어야 돼 되네. 담보들다. 가지 똥만이 놓진다. 가지 똥 가리 똥만이 뭐 똥만이면 새 똥만 가리 똥만.
Yeah, so when it says, when it talks about emptiness, it's also talking about the emptiness of the entities.
새 가리.
So other than the entity, what is empty of? Right? So in
That's
terms of the emptiness, it's the same.
No. Yes, any other.
이제 동바 쉐드 집어라다. 이제 동바 쉐드 집어라다.
똥마시 왔지 말이.
그래.
시다 똥마시 왔지 말이. 다트는 것도 고발했는데 그런 특도 좀 많이 뭐. 제가 고 쉬운 거 샤상한테 고발한 거 그래서.
And so because they both are same, being empty, right? So the first one is emptiness, and the second one is also emptiness, right? So there's no difference in terms of being empty, but one says this and one other says this. So how do we know who's saying who's saying which?
오케이.
So so that's why we go with the order and go with the person that he refers to.
오케이.
All I'm saying is that's rhetorical, it is not substantive.
Correct. What is this? Substitute.
What do you mean by that?
I mean,
It's like a play, but there's no real meaning,
the rhetoric is
no
about the
meaning.
ordering of the words.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
about-
Did the 방림 시야
and
장르
who is doing the talking.
Yeah.
That's all.
No.
No, not necessarily, but isn't it true though?
Yeah, Dalmatian, there are a lot of trick questions also. But they did talk again. Saying Anzo can the channel go them to pa sit on the money and sit these two the money. And they don't buy no said that Karatomba, no Tomani rose.
And so this one, says just emptiness, right? It is emptiness. Some says in the emptiness.
What
And then
emptiness?
others says the emptiness of the very entity of all phenomena. And so if, when you say emptiness, and it can't just be emptiness, of anything. It has to be emptiness of the entity. So it's referring to the same thing.
Chugan Mochi Majamata, Chisel More Majomare.
So every phenomena has an entity, right? Each one
Only
has
one.
only one entity, not many entities.
Cheta Tomani said that more than Tomasa Coco.
So when it says something is empty, and it's talking about its entity being empty.
Okay, anyway, this good discussion. Okay, yes.
I just wanted to clarify, because it was the way that you asked it that cleared it up, because you said not to use logic, you said reference the text.
Yeah, look the text.
So if we reference logic, there isn't enough there.
Then more confused. Yeah.
Geshe was testing our memory of the text, and you said, look back at why the text lays it out this way, not what's the difference between these two based on your thinking, because I was also lost for a second, then when he said, don't use your brain, use the text, that's when I realized it's a question referencing the text, not referencing logic.
That's good
catching.
Good catching. You see? Yeah, therefore, something we have to logically, something we have to be careful with the book. Also, there are so many tricky questions here. Okay, now for Tamuida. Tai any issue so sending the take the corner, Nina Peja Mudujaman, then what is that? You have to take Soju jobs.
So make that correction at the beginning, where it says ornament of the clear realization, it says so. It's not ornament of clear realization, it is a clear meaning.
Yeah. Chedan Dinan Notu Mamu, uneasy Kashi Low, Notu Mamudu Kolma.
So there are some mistakes like that. Geshe said he read with Anishi and they found these mistakes like that.
Yeah, Kaji Dina Tata Meva Mambo was.
So there are many mistakes, there's not the exact, not the correct words.
제가 전화도 이마저나 네 갑자기 안에 대화되는데 듣다다 요래.
So if you don't believe that, then read the clear meaning.
It's good to think about that, yeah. Huh?
If Karen is a commentary on ornament, it seems to me that it would be saying what ornament is saying. So I'm gonna go back and look.
가르세.
그래서 대화된 세디 원도객이 대화라서.
야.
안에 대화된 세를 셔야지 되는 원도객 나올 셔봐도 셔 맞을 때 셔 말았어.
쉐드 강가 집안에 특 배제당하다고 말했어.
The word is different.
Yeah, word different.
So there's, of course,
Meaning
it's saying the
same.
same meaning, it's carrying the meaning, but it's explaining more.
Yeah.
So
I'm
the
not saying
word,
different meaning.
The quotation came out.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
무도 지가나라 시 단어 써놓는데 뒤수 요랬어.
So like I mentioned earlier, in the ornament of clarification, it says,
이시 단어 써놓는다.
so the wisdom and merit, It doesn't say accumulation of wisdom and accumulation of merit like that.
Isn't that such a big mistake to make in the beginning? It seems unlikely they would do that.
일단 내 마음보 용어도 가르나 단 너도 남는 되게 좀 알아.
그래서 look the 쇠쇠값에서 원하스.
텔라 이시
근데
좀
근데 배윤하는 믿어.
간대.
배윤하는 믿어.
간대.
근데 원하 텔라 이시가 속당 쇠쇠값이잖아.
제가 텔라 이시 소소가 되는데 지대.
원하 속줍도 소도 줍도 나네 이시가 소치라도 집에 지지 지나스라. So in the Tibetan text, so whoever translated this text, right?
I just
Yeah.
said that, William Meiji.
What?
We gotta take it up with him.
No. What I'm saying is, whoever translated this text had put that in the quotation, right? But because in original Tibetan text doesn't have that. It does in Tibetan text, it says, so who is it? Doesn't say that in Tibetan text. Yeah, in Tibetan text, there's no mention about clear meaning or no mention about ornament of clear realization.
제가
And so for it said so, and who said so? And so that you have to find from the commentaries, right? Yeah.
제가 엄마 트는데 내가 주 트는데 엄마 깜짝 못하냐 기실아 담주 냠다냐 농주 마음보 좋아해 봐.
So and also when Geshe Sulga taught the first chapter of the ornament of clear realization, and he also found many mistakes like that.
제가
Just a draft or something?
This one
Yeah.
is the first draft.
It's just draft.
Oh, okay, it's just a draft.
They
Okay.
just drop the course, so there's no subsequent.
Yeah.
They would have to make it from there. It says-
This is the when we Geshe Tsuga we had started this one.
This is the one that they got.
Yeah.
Same one. Deborah has a different, or this one same?
No, it's the same, it's 2004, it says early draft version.
제가 원해지는 너도 원해지는 제어다 벤. 내 타다 제만나 주는 법을 제조해
okay,
말이야.
yeah.
그럼 원해데 타다 레면은 준 법을 제조해만 내 그냥 간통으로.
Drafts는 딱 건져 이거는 뭐시대 많이 봐졌다. 당보다 즉 제대로 가서라. 제가 좀 뭐다 데라야 망보지 심지어는 되네. 딱다 쏘고 거라.
Okay, then makes sense. Yeah.
If it's just a draft, then it makes sense. But you'll have to make the, clear the mistakes, and then again, and then maybe publish the actual one, right? The correct one.
They're not supporting this
네.
text anymore, they're not part of the basic program, so they're not doing.
Oh, okay.
대마제는 원해지는 누수 파 두고 주는 전 법을 점해요 말이야.
네.
강간 충돌로.
So this is just for us to reuse, right? Personal. So 어저께 게르기 배치다 맞지? 그 망이 배치다 왜 말하지?
이나 내가 온라인 샤이로 왔어. 네, FMD 온라인.
Is it an FMD? FMD website?
No, because they're not
Ah.
offering,
Your
grounds,
mark.
not, sutra grounds and paths, they do tantra grounds and paths, but,
아, 그래서
not as part of the basic program, so they
먼저
don't
되나
have the
봐.
supporting materials anymore,
Oh,
so.
okay.
오케이. then fine. 이나 단대까지 농주 연결돼. 농주 용 쇼고를 했어. 개요 말이.
Yeah,
It's okay.
People make mistake. It's possible.
오케이. 다인다. 다 이시 초접지의 시도 체크 진짜 가야 빼자 맞아서.
Okay, don't look at the text.
Okay.
But I have to.
오케이. 가지 이시도 시라 체크
I'm on the
진짜
17th accomplishment of the accumulation. Why explain the accumulation of exalted wisdom in particular?
오케이. loud. Second. Okay, second. Okay. 다 이시도 또 가지 생각 그랬어.
Why is it difficult to realize accumulation of exalted wisdom?
It's difficult to realize that first you have to realize emptiness.
Second.
It's difficult to realize first you realize
그래서
So 이시도 그래서 이시도 또 발라 돈이 또 그랬어.
돈이 또 버렸어. 오케이. 다 이시도 또 돈이 더 차다.
only if you're self-cognizing.
So if you realize this exalted wisdom, is it necessary to realize emptiness?
No,
What are the example?
unless there's
What is the
What are the
example?
example?
For example,
self-cognizing
self-cognizing
mind.
mind, realizing exalted wisdom.
오케이. 다 이시도 세니 가래 봤어.
So what's the definition of exalted wisdom?
오케이. 다 이시도 솔나 가래 주도 고아 가래 고도.
So what do you understand when you say accumulation of exalted wisdom? What do you understand when we say accumulation of exalted wisdom?
돈이 또배 안에 대신 밥에 тем바지 고도.
Exalted knower. You have to understand the definition, right?
오케이.
So what do you understand, when it says accumulation of exalted wisdom?
오케이.
Yes.
오케이. Yes.
That's what you have to understand.
You said if it's an exalted knower, it's not necessarily in realize emptiness.
그럼.
No. If you realize,
Yeah.
if you realize exalted knower, if you realize exalted wisdom, then it's not necessary to realize emptiness.
Is an emptiness in the definition of an exalted wisdom?
So that's what it's saying. So mind, realizing, self-cognizing mind that realizes the exalted wisdom only realizes exalted wisdom.
The definition of exalted wisdom has emptiness in the definition, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't get how there's one exception to it.
Mm-hmm.
그래서
단다 그런 것은 단다 동영어스톤 가서 단다 가서 이시기 속도나 이시 속도나 돈이 또
돈이 또
걸어요.
그랬어요.
이나 이시 속도나 돈이 또 맞췄어요.
야.
간세 맞춰서 간세는
제가-
이시 속나라 이식 초나라 다 돈이 도스 이식 초기 친이나라 돈이 도스 돈이 또고다 도스
제다 강사라가 당이야 강사 뒤 이식 돈이 또 골라야 봐.
So this is referring to the person. If person realizes exalted wisdom, then he or she has to necessarily realize emptiness.
오케이. 배차는 됐다다. You
So it's saying there is an exalted wisdom that's not congruent with emptiness. It's just the person that has those two realizations.
What was the first one?
You said there's an exalted wisdom that does not necessarily realize emptiness.
돈이 또나서 그러다.
야, 돈이 맞네. 그래.
다 그래서
이식 돈도
이식 또나
돈이 또 말이야. 대나 이식 돈 냐스뇨 라링가 됐지 이식 또도 돈이 또 말이야.
다 이식 초나라 이식 초기 친이나라 돈이 또 그랬어.
제자라 된게 강사라가 된게 봐. 강사 뒤 이식 돈이 또고 대나 깔까 그랬어.
So that's why Geshe say it was referring to the person. If the person realizes exalted wisdom, then he or she necessarily has to realize emptiness. But in the mind, like self-cognizing mind, for it doesn't have to be.
오케이. 나도 나 로리 자사 맞나.
Well, then question yeah, in that case you can say the self-cognizing mind which realizes the exalted wisdom, is it exalted wisdom or not, right?
제가
Yes, right, yeah. 다만 다 코란스나 다 랑리 또베다 랑리 또베 다 이시 소되어라. 이 이시 소래 말해서. 이 이시 소에나 그 돈이 또거라.
대대 이식 초래서 이나 네겐 천이 샤단 시샤지데 강사지야 지는다고 그래서. 강사 인바 시샤지네.
대다 레데나 코란스나 디시가라서. 랑리 또딱 천이 코란다.
제가 천일이 랑리 또 이시도 그래.
이시 소에나 되는 그 돈이 또 싫어 인거라.
제가 고 말인 게 라이트 강사 고들라데 고 디바레.
천이 인베스르나 그 천이 킬레.
제가 천이데나 티날 다카 부다 강사 자리 그랬어. 다까지 되고 다까지.
So yeah, I mean, you can debate, right? You can debate like that, and so the self-cognizing mind that realizes, the exalted wisdom, is it exalted wisdom or not? If it is, then it has to be, the mind that realizes emptiness, right? And so therefore, otherwise, you have to say the self-cognizing mind which realizes, exalted wisdom is not exalted wisdom. You have to say that because it doesn't realize emptiness. In order to be exalted wisdom, it has to realize emptiness, right? So Geshe said, yeah, so in some way, you have to understand that it is referring to a person only. So that definition is applying to only for a person.
Is that why some schools don't posit the self-cognizing mind?
야, 어서 대용 말해. 근데 가로 전다까지 개원량 말했어.
Yes, that's true.
얘는 내 단은 내 시자한테 또 오만한 데만 시자진다고 그랬어.
Omoranjibu is Rana Kellingara.
왜 keller다 시당스.
So yeah, so but this is according to the Savatantaka Madhyamika. So when you say Madhyamika school, it's referring to Savatantaka Madhyamika school, and they, assert the self-cognizing mind.
Only the Yogacara one does. The Saltandika Saltandika thinks it's not.
Okay.
The Omoranjibu Kelling Maras.
그래. 가고
The Omoranjibu Karasa, the Omoranjibu dance.
나주 좀 말아.
Naja Omoranjibu, Dinina, the Naja Omoranjibu, Mataji, the Omoranjibu Kelling Maras.
제가 내 나주 오만한 데만 시자지는 로데. 로데. 단이 코로나에 다 다래. 내 나주 오만한 데만 시자.
Yeah, so Yogacara Savatantaka Madhyamika, cognize, exerts as the Savatantaka Madhyamika doesn't accept that, yeah.
오케이, homework. 오케이.
Oh, she's good since
야. 오케이. 샘 좀에 준대 대진지 좀 돈이 덴드럽 파비녀자 이시 자잔 내세대 문테베 진세 티쇼스.
So it says the mind only school maintains that truly established emptiness, right? Which is the apprehended form and apprehended consciousness being empty of different substances. Is assessed as assessed object of Arya's meditative equipoise.
된 되게 말어 왔어.
So, but the middle school is saying that it is not reasonable, right? That is not reasonableness. That's not reasonable. Why is it not reasonable, to assess the object of Arya's meditative equipoise?
It's clear.
You understand the question? Why is it not reasonable to assess apprehended form and apprehended consciousness being empty of different substances as an object of Arya's meditative equipoise? Make sense?
Correct.
So why is that? What minus one school is saying is why is that not the object of Arya's meditative equipoise?
And then Oma will look and tap by DJ.
Why is that not the reasonable the reasonable to say that that's the Arya's meditative equipoise?
And then Oma will look and tap into the tissues.
And why it is reasonable for the middle way schools way to be reasonable?
And
Why is it why the middle ways middle way schools way is reasonable?
And the third disease okay that is that's what they need. Then 다 이시 또나 돈이 도나 펜치면 진짜 셔셔스.
There's two questions or one question?
There's two questions.
There are two questions. Yeah.
Okay. Third question
Why is minor only schools the view is not reasonable, and why it is middle way schools view is reasonable?
and 돈이 도나 펜치면 진짜 셔셔스.
And then it says if you realize the exalted wisdom, it carries great benefit, right? And then the reason is because you realize emptiness, right? And why is it beneficial to realize emptiness? The question will be, why is it beneficial to realize emptiness?
Got it? Okay. This today dealing on the Penakachu and the Tendo. Shumane Chans or Raluchan, Royal Governor, not the Wallman Chambros. Kachu the Tedena to the Tedja, Tandatlema catching on the neuroscience Leo Morris.
So here, I earlier mentioned about it is a little bit troublesome, but it is a little bit tricky, and but it helps to sharpen your mind. So what do you all prefer? Just go through our own system, or go through the others' opinion also? One says, someone says. Do you want to go through that, or do you want to go through just our system and just understand what is our system saying?
다시 담봉어도 our system 되네 야용네.
Huh?
Just the middle way system?
Yeah.
재단군에 전화 담보 라루듯이 되네 같이 마시나 라루 내가 그래 하고 그러거든. 담보에 같이 전화 라루군에 내가 그래 하고 말아봤어.
So maybe we'll go through our system first, right? Just go through our system first, and then we'll come back to the others' opinions. So because once you know what is our system, then you can see whether what others say is correct or not.
제가 이 시기 속은 되니까.
So what is the definition of exalted wisdom?
제가 이 시기 속에 법인 여자시대 집안한테 고만 넘었어. 단단 법인 여자시대 이 시돈 집어 고고 그랬어. 단단 니까블이야.
법인 여자시.
단단히 샘샘에 돈이 되는 법인 여자시대도 되는 법인 여자시다 이 시돈 집안이 삼고 고고 그랬어.
So when we talk about Arya's meditative equipoise, the Arya's meditative equipoise is same as the exalted wisdom.
대냠도 고고 그랬어.
So they had the kind of 던지도 그래.
대냠도 대집발 삼고 가지.
던지도 그래.
어떤 대지도 단단 대지도 거는데 그랬어.
But that's also in our heart.
The Arya's meditative equipoise. So Arya's meditative equipoise is exalted wisdom, and exalted wisdom is Arya's meditative equipoise. So,
Since there's different levels of the meditative
Okay, so many
Yes.
levels, different levels.
Yes.
But don't confuse that, okay?
that's right. Yeah, there's a different level of Arya's meditative equipoise, and there's a different level of exalted wisdom also.
제가 단단 법인 여자지 자잔 돼서 이 시기 속이 자자 그리고 텔레미스 된 집어 고고 그랬어.
So when it says the assessed, object of that, object of the Arya's meditative equipoise.
제가
That
돈이 도배 대전법인 전반이 시소인 봤어.
so there's the exalted knower of Mayanis, who realize emptiness, is the exalted wisdom, right?
다 돈이 도비 법인 여자이시 때이 시소는 고조 그랬어.
And so then same with the meditative equipoise, Arya's meditative equipoise that realize emptiness. That realize emptiness is exalted wisdom.
대니 돈다 집어 고고 그랬어.
So it's the same. So there's those two. The Arya's meditative equipoise, is actually, of course, realizing emptiness, right? And so therefore that and the exalted wisdom are same.
대 야보지 거나 안에 샘샘을로도 만 대바다 오마벨로도 대바 고는 그랬어.
And so if you understand that, then you will understand how the mind-only school is unreasonable and middle way school is reasonable.
Okay. Okay, then we have 3 questions.
Yes, we have 3. We didn't go over the homework from last week, but we could save it for next week.
I hope you guys already memorize.
It's just a-
Okay, okay, then we start, otherwise we are jump past. We can do short dedication. Sajo, Puji, Shuja, Medo. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
It's confused? It's no confused, right?
If you took a book to help you see me, and I can
Okay. Thank you. Getting old now. Getting old too. I have to get up. Huh? Okay. Okay, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night. Good night. Good night.
You gotta like turn it off.
I know,
You gotta
I
take
know
the
you
power
did.